Hi, I'm Janet Johnson. I'm the Assistant Director with School Nutrition Services at DPI, and I am here today to bring a little bit of awareness to a culinary resource that we have developed, and it's called Enjoy the Taste of New School Meals. And in this culinary resource, we have gotten some wonderful recipes that you're going to see produced over the course of this video. And part of this was we wanted to bring some resources to households where they could see what students are enjoying at school and find that these recipes are easy to make right out of the grocery store, simple items, and you can enjoy what your students are enjoying at school.
Hi there, my name is Miss Taylor with the Post Center, and I am joined by my cooks here, Dylan, Caden, and Carson. And we're gonna be demonstrating a breakfast recipe for everyone today. What is the recipe we're going to be making, Dylan?
Berries and cream overnight oats.
Awesome. So let's go ahead and read through the ingredient list. Carson, could you let us know what ingredients we need today?
Yes. Blueberries, strawberries, oats, skim milk, honey, and vanilla yolk.
Excellent. So, my cooks, what's the first step we take when we do anything in the kitchen?
Wash our hands.
Very good. Wash our hands. And we've already done that in the kitchen today, so we can go ahead and get started. What is our first direction that we need to take today?
Our first step is we need to combine the milk and the honey, then stir it up.
Excellent. Do you want to go ahead and come over here and do that step for us?
Of course.
So we are going to have our friend Caden here take the skim milk, put it into the bowl,
Honey.
and then the honey. And you might need to use the fork to help get it out of there.
Yeah.
Perfect. All right, and now we're gonna go ahead and whisk that together. And you probably would have just taken the milk out of the fridge, so it's a little cold. So you gotta give it a pretty good stir to make sure it combines. But eventually it will be all one combined mixture, I should say. All right, and when you can take your fork out and you don't see any more honey on it, that means it is ready to go. Looks good. Perfect. All right, what is our next step, Caden?
Our next step is we are going to put the oats in the container and cover it with honey and the milk mixture.
Perfect. So Carson here is going to demonstrate that step. So we're going to go ahead and put the oats right into the cup. And next we can add the milk and honey mixture right on top. And just pour it straight over the oats.
I'll take the fork for you.
Perfect. All right, so that step is all done. What's our next step, Caden?
Our next step is we are going to wash the blueberries and the strawberries, then cut them and combine them.
Perfect. So we already washed our berries here, and we're gonna have Dylan demonstrate cutting the strawberries. The blueberries are small enough where we don't really need to cut them. And Dylan here is putting on some gloves. Do you want to explain what those gloves are for?
So you don't cut your hands or mess up on anything.
Exactly. So those are safety gloves, and we're gonna use those to keep fingers safe today. So we have our knife here, and Dylan is right-handed, so he's gonna use his dominant hand to hold the knife. He has 4 fingers under the blade and then that 1 finger thumb on top to help stabilize it. And is going to be really careful with the cutting motions. So we'll cut the top of the strawberry off, and that little green part we can just set aside. And then cut it into smaller pieces so that they're more bite-sized.
So put them in there?
Yep.
I'll bring this
You can
bit
put them on
closer.
top of the blueberries. And you'll see that we have this green cutting board here. Dylan, why would you be using a cutting board today?
So you don't ruin your counter and stuff like that.
Exactly, so we don't ruin the counter. And we also don't want to make our knives dull by using them on a sharp surface like granite or whatever countertop you might have. So we have a cutting board. It also keeps things a little cleaner. Good job. All right, Now we can go ahead and take the gloves off because we are all done with the knife. All right, Kaden, what is our next step?
For the fourth step, we are going to put the yogurts on the oats and mix the fruit.
Exactly. So, Carson, why don't you go ahead and dump the yogurt on top of our mixture in the cup so far.
I'll scoop it for you.
Great job. And last but not least, we can top it with our fruit. So you can go ahead and put the blueberries on top. You can go ahead and dump all of them.
Extra.
Perfect. That looks delicious. And what's our final step?
For our final step, we are going to cover it and put it in the fridge overnight for at least 4 hours.
Exactly. So this is a really great recipe to make the night before, and then you can just take it out to eat for breakfast. So we'll go ahead and put ours into the fridge for at least 4 hours. But we already have one made here, so you can see what it looks like. So the oats start to absorb all of that moisture from the milk and the honey, and it makes this really delicious overnight oat texture. So, Kaden, would you like to do the honors of trying our recipe out?
Of course.
What's the verdict? That's great. Awesome. Well, thank you all for your help today, and thank you everyone for joining us. We'll see you next time for our next recipe. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.